This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. A suspected hired killer shot dead a female engineer in the Bangsamoro Public Works Ministry while in a roadside eatery along a highway in Barangay Tamontalca in Datuodan Singsuat, Maguindanao del Norte on Thursday, November 14th. Engineer Darlene Pasit was with companions inside the establishment when a man approached, pulled out a pistol from his bag, shot her repeatedly and ran away. Citing a report from the Datuodan Singsuat Municipal Police Station, Brigadier General Romeo Jamie Macapaz, Director of the Police Regional Office Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, told reporters on Friday, November 15th, that Pasit died instantly from bullet wounds in the head. Pasit, a civil engineer by profession, worked in the Ministry of Public Works and Highways Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, whose regional office is in Cotabato City, only about 5 kilometers north of Barangay Tamontalca where she was killed. Her killer managed to escape using a getaway motorcycle, parked a few meters away from where she was attacked, driven by an accomplice. Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Mabel ordered the immediate dismissal of 11 Special Action Force officers for grave misconduct related to a moonlighting case. This came after the recommendation of the PNP Internal Affairs Service for supposedly covering up for 2 Zamboanga-based SAF members who were serving as private security for a Chinese national without proper authorization. The case stemmed from a 20th of May 24 fistfight in a residential village in Muntinlupa City between the 2 SAF members. In a statement to the press on Friday, November 15th, PNP said the IAS investigation found that the battalion commander and executive senior police officer deployed the 2 personnel to moonlight as private security. 2 more battalion officers falsified daily reports to make it appear that the moonlighting SAF members were present on duty. All in all, 1 lieutenant colonel, 3 captains, 2 lieutenants, 1 executive master sergeant, 2 senior master sergeants, and 2 corporals were summarily dismissed from the force. They were found guilty of grave misconduct, dishonesty, grave irregularity in performing their duties, and conduct unbecoming of a police officer. Additionally, 1 captain was found guilty of simple neglect of duty and less grave neglect of duty. He was suspended for 31 days. Meanwhile, 1 captain, chief master sergeant and 1 corporal were exonerated from the case due to insufficient evidence linking them to the scheme. At a press briefing at Camp Crame on Friday, Brigadier General Jean Fajardo, PNP spokesperson, said the dismissed officers have every right to exhaust legal remedies but added that the order was a summary dismissal proceeding due to the gravity of the allegations. In a statement, Mabel said, "Let it be clear that the Philippine National Police does not and will not tolerate any form of misconduct or dishonesty within its ranks. This is a message to all PNP personnel. We are here to serve the people with integrity, and we will continue to cleanse the ranks of those who undermine the trust placed in us," he added. The Office of the Ombudsman has indicted Mayor Gina Murillo of Tanoan Town, Leyte for hiring 2 losing candidates within the 1-year ban. Murillo would be charged for violating Republic Act 3019 or the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act for hiring Quinton Octa Jr. and Reynaldo Almaden on July 1, 2022, about 2 months after the 2 lost in the 20th of May 22 elections. Octa, Murillo's former running mate, was appointed as a project engineer while Almaden was hired as a mobile nurse for the municipality. The 9-page decision, signed by Ombudsman Samuel Martires on the 30th of September, was released on November 4. Article continues after this advertisement. The charges stemmed from a complaint filed by Tanoan resident Mildred Lopez, who questioned the appointments that transpired during the 1-year ban on hiring losing candidates. Article continues after this advertisement. Murillo, in her explanation submitted to the Anti-Graft Office, defended her actions, claiming good faith in the appointments. Article continues after this advertisement. She explained that, as a first-term mayor, she had consulted the town's human resource officer, who, in turn, sought the guidance of the Regional Civil Service Commission and Department of Interior and local government officers, both of which reportedly supported the appointments. Murillo clarified that both positions were not regular plantilla posts but merely job order assignments. The Ombudsman, however, ruled that Murillo's actions showed manifest partiality in favoring Octa and Almaden by hiring them on a job order basis to bypass the 1-year ban. Respondent acted with manifest partiality when she hired Octa and Almaden, with the furtive design and intent to circumvent the constitutional and statutory provisions prohibiting the hiring of losing candidates 1 year after the immediate preceding elections, the anti-graft court said. The ombudsman found sufficient basis to indict Murillo and ordered the filing of a case in court. Murillo, who spoke through her office staff member on Monday, November 4, said they have yet to receive the ombudsman's decision but intends to respond once she does. The chairman of Barangay Don Mariano Marcos in Jaén, Nueva Ecija was shot dead by unidentified men in a dawn attack on Wednesday, Colonel Ferdinand Jimeno, Nueva Ecija Police Provincial Director, said Barangay Chairman Mark Vic Pascual was meeting with a group of barangay workers when the suspects arrived in a car and fired their guns. Jimeno said investigators are looking into the incident to identify and arrest the assailants. They are also determining if the killing is related to the upcoming polls. Pascual, a nephew of Jaén Mayor Sylvia Austria, ran unopposed during the 2022 elections. An aspirant for vice mayor in South Cotabato was killed Monday morning by unidentified gunmen in his residence in Tantangan town, police said. Jose Bobert Osorio, 58, former village chair of Barangay Bukay, who is running for town vice mayor under the ticket of former Tantangan Mayor Benjamin Figueroa, was found by relatives in a pool of blood inside his home and carinderia, eatery, at 5:50 am Monday, November 18, according to Major Erica Vallejo, Tantangan Municipal Police Station Chief. Osorio was believed to have been attacked on Sunday night but his body was found only early Monday morning. Crime operatives found 6 empty shells at the crime scene. The victim's body is now at a funeral parlor undergoing post-mortem investigation. South Cotabato 2nd District Representative Peter Miguel has offered a 1 million peso reward for anyone who could provide information leading to the identification and arrest of the suspect or suspects in the killing. I hope this will help fast-track the investigation so justice will be served for Osorio, Miguel told reporters near the victim's home. Osorio is seeking the town's second top post under the Lakas CMD party along with re-electionist Miguel. The victim's relatives told reporters that Osorio had no known enemy and that he was well loved by the people of Barangay Bukay, where he served 3 consecutive terms of office. The Sandigan Bayan has upheld the conviction of officials of 3 abolished state firms in connection with the pork barrel scam. In a 19-page resolution promulgated on November 6, the Anti-Graft Court's 3rd Division said former officials of the abolished state firms National Agribusiness Corporation, National Livelihood Development Corporation and Technology Resource Center failed to raise any new meritorious argument in their respective motions for reconsideration that would warrant the reversal of its 28 June 2024 decision finding them guilty of graft and malversation of public funds. After due consideration of the arguments raised by the accused movements and the prosecution, as well as the assiduous review of the records, the court finds no compelling reason to reverse their respective convictions. The 3rd Division's resolution read, the court finds that the grounds relied upon by the accused movements were fully threshed out by the court in the assailed decision. It added, specifically denied were the MRs of NABCOR Human Resource Supervisor Inconit Monsard, NLDC President Gondela Armata, NLDC Asset Management Division Chief Gregorio Buenaventura and former TRC Deputy Director General Dennis Cunanan. Also denied was the Mr. of Private Respondent Florida Alberto, President of non-government organization Kabuhayan at Kalusugang Samasa Foundation, Incorporated. The 3rd Division had earlier found Monsard guilty of 4 counts of graft and 2 counts each of malversation and malversation through falsification, while Amata and Buenaventura were convicted of 4 counts each of graft and 3 counts each of malversation through falsification. Cunanan was earlier convicted of 1 count each of graft and malversation while Alberto was convicted of 6 counts of graft and 3 counts each of malversation and malversation through falsification. For the graft cases, they were sentenced to 6 up to 10 years of imprisonment for each count, with the accessory penalties of perpetual disqualification from holding public office and forfeiture of all retirement and gratuity benefits. For the malversation and malversation through falsification cases, meanwhile, they were sentenced to varying years of imprisonment for each count, ranging from 2 up to 6 years, 6 to 10 years and 10 to 17 years in some cases. They were also ordered to jointly pay the government a total of 62.63 million pesos, equivalent to the amount of public funds found to have been malversed. The 3rd Division, meanwhile, ordered the cases against the primary accused, former Misamis Occidental 1st District Representative Marina Clarite, to be temporarily archived as she remains at large. The 3rd Division said this is without prejudice to the case's revival upon her arrest or voluntary surrender, filed by the Office of the Ombudsman in 2017. The cases stemmed from the alleged misuse of 62.63 million pesos in Priority Development Assistance Fund or pork barrel of Clearwheat from 2007 to 2009. The Ombudsman said Clearwheat unilaterally chose and endorsed questionable NGOs to implement her 7 PDAF funded livelihood projects without the benefit of a public bidding required under Republic Act 9184 of the Government Procurement Reform Act. The Ombudsman said the NGOs were unaccredited and unqualified to carry out the projects. Furthermore, the Ombudsman said field investigation revealed that none of the projects were ever implemented as the supposed beneficiaries denied receiving any livelihood kits or attending any of the supposed livelihood seminars. The Ombudsman said the officials of NABCOR, NLDC and TRC processed and released the payments to the NGOs without carefully verifying their qualifications and the supporting documents that they submitted. In its new resolution, the 3rd Division maintained that the prosecution panel of the Ombudsman was able to establish with moral certainty that each of the convicted officials had participated in the commission of the charged crimes. Wherefore, in light of all of the foregoing, the motions for reconsideration are denied for lack of merit, the 3rd Division said. A program of the Department of Labor and Employment is in question after an alleged aide of Representative Julian Jamjan Baronda here was caught in a buy-bust operation last week. Several issues arose following the arrest of Pearl Pudadera Hugo, who was listed as a grantee of Dole's government internship program and was detailed to work in the office of Baronda. Among them was how Hugo was able to qualify as a grantee when she's already overage. Based on Dole's requirement, the grantee must only be between 18 to 30 years old, but Hugo is already 34. The grantee is only supposed to be for indigent individuals without work experience. A JIP grantee can work for 3 or 6 months. Baronda only issued a statement that Hugo would be removed from the GIP based on police records. Hugo was also arrested for a drug-related case in 2022. She was released when she entered a plea bargain but was arrested again last November 13 here. Dole 6 Regional Director Attorney Sixto Rodriguez Jr. was sought for comment but has yet to respond as of posting time. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.